There is a benefit at your job right now that is almost certainly offering you free money, not a small amount. For a lot of people, it's $2,000 to $5,000 a year in free money. Money your employer will put directly into your retirement account just because you showed up and did your job. And the majority of people who have access to this benefit are either not using it at all or using it wrong and leaving most of it uncollected. I'm talking about your 401k employer match. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, how to make sure you're capturing every dollar of it, and what to do inside the account so the money actually grows. Here's what we're covering: what a 401k actually is and how it works, the employer match, what it is, how to capture all of it, and why not doing so is one of the most expensive financial mistakes you can make, what to invest in inside the account, and the two numbers you need to know to make sure your 401k is actually on track for retirement. Let's go. A 401k is a retirement savings account offered through your employer. The name comes from the section of the tax code that created it. Not exactly inspiring branding, but here we are. Here's how it works. A portion of every paycheck goes into your 401k before taxes are taken out. That means if you contribute $300 from a paycheck, your take-home pay only drops by roughly $220 because you're saving on the taxes that would have been taken from that $300. The money inside the 401k then gets invested, usually in mutual funds or index funds, and grows tax-deferred, meaning you don't pay taxes on the growth until you withdraw it in retirement. When you retire and start taking money out, you pay income taxes on it then. The bet you're making is that your tax rate in retirement will be lower than it is now while you're working. For most people in their 30s, that bet is correct. For 2026, you can contribute up to $24,500 per year to a 401k if you're under 50. Most people can't max this out right away, and that's fine. The minimum goal is capturing the full employer match, which brings us to the most important part of this video. Most employers who offer a 401k also offer a matching contribution. The most common structure is something like, we'll match 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary. Let's break that down with real numbers. If you earn $60,000 and contribute 6%, that's $3,600 a year from you. Your employer matches 50% of that, adding another $1,800 for free. Total going into your retirement account, $5,400 for a $3,600 personal contribution. That employer match is an instant 50% return on your money. No investment in the market offers a guaranteed 50% return. Nothing comes close. Here's the alarming part. Studies show that about 25% of employees with access to a 401k match contribute less than the amount required to capture the full match. 1 in 4 people are turning down free money every single paycheck. If that's you, this is your most urgent financial action item, not your emergency fund, not extra debt payments, not your Roth IRA. Capturing your full employer match first. Here's how to check. Log into your HR portal or payroll system and find your 401k contribution rate. Look up your employer's match formula in your benefits documentation. Calculate the minimum contribution percentage needed to capture 100% of the match. Change your contribution to at least that percentage today. That's it. One 10-minute task that could be worth $50,000 or more over your career. But once you're capturing the full match, there's still a common mistake inside the account that quietly kills your returns. When you open your 401k portal and see the investment options, it's overwhelming. Dozens of funds with names like Large Cap Growth Fund and Balanced Allocation Portfolio, and numbers that mean nothing without context. Here's how to cut through it in under 5 minutes. Look for a target date retirement fund with a year close to when you plan to retire. If you're 33 now and plan to retire at 65, look for the fund closest to 2056 or 2057. It might be called something like Fidelity Freedom 2055 or Vanguard Target Retirement 2055. These funds do everything automatically. When you're young, they invest aggressively in stocks. As you approach retirement, they gradually shift to more conservative bonds and cash. You never have to rebalance or adjust anything. One fund, set it, done. If there's no target date fund, or if you want slightly more control, look for an S&P 500 index fund with the lowest expense ratio on the list. Expense ratio is the annual fee the fund charges. Anything under 0.2% is good. Anything over 0.5% is high and worth avoiding. This matters more than most people realize. On a $200,000 401k, the difference between a 0.05% expense ratio and a 1% expense ratio over 20 years is approximately $60,000 in fees paid to the fund company instead of staying in your account. A tiny number on a fund label translates to real dollars over decades. Most people have no idea if their 401k is on track. They just check the balance occasionally and hope it looks okay. Here are the two numbers that actually tell you where you stand. Number 1, your savings rate. Across all retirement accounts, 401k, Roth IRA, any other retirement savings, what percentage of your gross income are you saving? The general benchmark is 15%. That includes any employer match. If you're contributing 6% and your employer matches 3%, you're at 9%. You need to find another 6% from other retirement accounts or higher 401k contributions to hit 15%. Number 2, your balance relative to your age. A commonly used benchmark. By 30, aim to have 1 times your annual salary saved. By 35, 2 times. By 40, 3 times. By 50, 6 times. By 65, 10 times. If you're behind these benchmarks, which many millennials are after dealing with student loans and high housing costs, don't panic. These are averages and starting points, not hard rules. What matters is the direction you're moving, not exactly where you are right now. Getting to 10% savings rate and moving toward 15% over time puts you in a dramatically better position than the majority of people your age. This is where a lot of people make an expensive mistake. When you leave a job, your 401k doesn't disappear, but you have options for what happens to it. Getting this wrong can cost you thousands in taxes and penalties. Option 1, roll it over to your new employer's 401k. If your new job also has a 401k, you can transfer the balance directly. Clean, simple, keeps everything in one place. Option 2, roll it over to an IRA. Open a rollover IRA at Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard and transfer the balance there. You get more investment options and often lower fees than employer plans. This is usually the best option if your new job has limited or expensive 401k options. Option 3, leave it where it is. If the balance is above $5,000, most plans let you leave your money in your old employer's plan. Fine as a temporary measure. Not ideal long-term since you lose track of accounts over time. What not to do? Cash it out. Taking the money as cash triggers income taxes on the full amount plus a 10% early withdrawal penalty. On a $20,000 balance, you could lose $6,000 to $8,000 to taxes and penalties. Never cash out a 401k early. Let's bring it together. A 401k is a tax-deferred retirement account through your employer. Contributions reduce your taxable income now, and you pay taxes when you withdraw in retirement. Capture your full employer match first. It's a guaranteed 50% to 100% return on that money. Check your contribution rate today. Invest in a target date fund or low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Avoid funds with expense ratios above 0.5%. Track 2 numbers, your savings rate. Target 15% including employer match and your balance to age benchmark. When you leave a job, roll your 401k over. Never cash it out early. Please subscribe. New video every week. Next week, we're covering something that directly affects how much you have to invest in all of these accounts. How to negotiate your salary. The data on salary negotiation is genuinely shocking, and most people leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table over a career by never asking. That's next week. See you then.